unable to stream your webinar to Facebook. You need to restart streaming, but it looks like we're going live. The little bar is going across. So let's just find out, folks. Hang on to your britches. We're going to find out if we have gone live. So let's see if we can substantiate that. It is showing up here in Zoom that we are live on Facebook. So hi, Ann Sieg here, but I'm going to hand it quickly on over to Coach Kurt and Kay Curtis to take it away.
All right, I'm going to share my screen right away. Hi, everybody. This is the Curtis and Sieg show today. Had electron problems. Facebook's still going through a little bit of upheaval. But welcome to the Race to Minnesota. It is great being here with you. And so just want to welcome all the new members and everybody here. And we just have a lot of fun because we are heading to Minnesota in July. And even today, you're going to be able to grab your ticket if you want to. If you have any questions about that, go ahead and click the link in the panel. You can tag me on Facebook and we'll get you all signed up and ready to go for Minnesota.
Oh, so, can I add in one more thing, Coach Kurt? I'm throwing you a curveball.
Absolutely.
We're actually going to let people set up an appointment as well if you need more information, because we want to see all of you there. Kay, I'll never forget you driving all the way. I always get Massachusetts and Maryland mixed up, but driving all the way there. So I'm going to actually post a link as well for people to set up an appointment to meet with the amazing Sharon Irwin. And that way they can find out more of the details. So I'll zip my mouth up. Back over to you, Coach Kurt.
I won't hold you to that, Ann.
Yeah, this is true.
All right. Well, Kay, I'm still on the Race to Minnesota slide. I'll go down to slide 2. We are on week 8, Wednesday, June 12th, and slide 3. Take it away. Thank you so much, Kay, for all your details.
Figures as soon as I get the thing, my husband's phone rings. Hopefully he grabs it fast. Oh, dear. Well, we're skipping all the intro, so if you don't know what's going on with the Race to Minnesota, you're going to have to go to a previous recording to find out all the details. But we like to show the prizes. We like to make this fun. So we have a weekly winner every week, and the weekly winner can now pick from the e-commerce business school mug or journal. Next slide. Or I have created some fun manifesting mugs. We have a cloud version, a heart, and a section circle. Next slide. A drop, a double heart, or a shooting star. And introducing, next slide, the pyramid mug and the gratitude journal. So a weekly winner can pick any one of these prizes from the EBS mug and journal down through my manifesting mugs or gratitude journal. And today's winner is, next slide, Candida. Just came back from ComCon, so I think that's one of her shirts. And so, Candida, you get to pick one of those prizes. Email support, next slide. I know you know how to do that, so we don't need to stay a lot on that. And if it's any one of mine, please use the word so I know which mug that you want. It makes it a little easier for me to get it ordered for you. And if you want the EBS mug or journal, just let them know that, and then we'll get it down pat. We also have consistency prizes every 3 weeks, and last week we had that, and we'll have one more, and then we have the final grand prize of the Amazon gift card that will be awarded in Minnesota in July. Now, every week we have a crazy question of the week or a goofy question of the week. This week, school is letting out in a lot of places, and I've seen all kinds of, when I went to school, you didn't graduate from kindergarten. I've seen all these pictures of kids in kindergarten walking across a stage with a cap and gown. Anyway, what year did you start kindergarten? I went to kindergarten in 1960. That ages me a little bit. Put your answer in the panel. Let us know what year you started kindergarten.
I think
I ain't answering that one.
I think Ann and I started in 1964. Anyway, hey, and if you are...
I did it this way rather than asking how old you are, because people would have to do a lot of math. You know, some people started kindergarten in 4, some started in 5, then you got to subtract it from the year, and then you got to calculate from 2019. So I thought this was a little safer way to do it.
Hey, Kate, before we get going, we've had new people join us. Welcome, everybody. Glad that you are here with us at the Curtis and Curtis Race to Minnesota show here. And we are heading to Minnesota in July. If you don't know about the Race to Minnesota, it's really easy. All you have to do is go to videos on this page, look back 1 week, and you'll see, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. This is the 8th edition, and you can see all about the Race to Minnesota. Kay's been doing an awesome series on mindset that'll culminate in a few weeks here. So just wanted to let the new people know what we're doing here, Kay, and take it away.
All right, let's go to the next slide. It's basically our mindset intro slide, and go to the next one. This week, we're going to talk about the law of rhythm and help us to understand another one of these laws so that we can better control things that are going on in our life because we understand the laws governing mindset. Next slide. The law of rhythm basically just states that nature's movements are in cycles or rhythm. There is repetition in everything. Okay. Next slide. So as Bob Proctor says, we live in an ocean of motion. Think about the world around you as an ocean of motion. Your whole life is an ocean of motion. Next slide. Now, if we be careful that you don't look at your world microscopically, because all you're going to see is chaos with a collection of atoms and molecules bumping around all over the place, and it's going to freak you out. But if you, next slide, if you zoom out, you'll see that the movements are smoother and a lot more peaceful. Just as the ocean tides are high and then low, waves come in and out, you'll see rhythm. The same thing you'll see in your life. When you can zoom out, you're going to see this rhythm. Next slide. Now, we all have had and we will have prosperous years and challenging years, which are made up of prosperous months and challenging months, which are made up of prosperous days and challenging days, which are made up of successful and abundant moments and moments that seem out of control and push us to our limits. So when we zoom in on these moments, we can get overwhelmed, but if we zoom out, we will see how there's this rhythm and flow in and out, up and down. Next slide. Nature is life's teacher. For example, the moon teaches us that it's okay to go through phases. And the sun teaches us that no matter how many times you go down, you keep rising. Next slide. Look around, pay attention to nature. We see cycles and rhythm all around us, ups and downs, ins and outs. This should give us hope and help us to keep our life experiences in perspective. The law of opposition that we learned about last week helps us to understand why this variety of experiences are necessary for our growth and potential. To everything there is a season, not a moment, and not a permanent situation, but a season. Next slide. So if things are good, do we have to expect things to go bad? Next slide. No. Dump the negative thoughts. You've got to get control of your mindset. Next slide. Which is why we're talking about all of these various laws. This is where understanding these mindset laws enable you to choose wisely the law or the tool in your mindset toolbox. Next slide. Remember last week, we talked about the law of opposition, that every adversity, every failure, and every heartache carries with it the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit. This is the tool we engage when we're feeling the downs. Next slide. Unfortunately, a lot of people look at life this way: up, down, up, down, up, down. You're up, so you expect to go down. Guess what? That's exactly what you're attracting to happen, and that's exactly what you're going to get. Next slide. On the other hand, When you focus on the positive and draw that into your life, most of us will get comfortable and level out, but eventually become dissatisfied with the plateau, and what was once wonderful is every day. And you may feel low, not because you are low, but because it's time to move upward again. This is the law of rhythm and action. Rotate that horizontal arrow 45 degrees, and the ups and downs on the horizontal plane become a stairway forward and upward. Next slide. So when you are down, expect to go up. And next slide. When you are up, expect that one day your up won't be enough and it will feel like a down. Next slide. Remember our law of vibration and how important our feelings are in controlling our mindset. Well, to feel excitement and anticipation and juvenation requires change. When you level out, even if you are still moving forward, to feel again, you need to start climbing. Next slide. And this is where the power of a community plays such a vital role in our whole mindset and experience. We need to put ourselves in the environment we want and choose good friends that think the way we do or the way we want to. We may not feel comfortable there initially. So a lot of newbies come into the e-commerce business school and they feel overwhelmed. They don't feel like they see all these successes that people are having and they're not sure if they can do it. The problem is they're vibrating at a lower frequency than what the community is vibrating at. So it feels a little uncomfortable to them, okay? But with good people in the community, reaching out and helping each other, we elevate your thoughts so that you can raise that vibration, and it won't be long before you're going to feel right at home, and then you're going to be the one turning around, helping to lift the other newcomers into our community. Last slide for me. So we keep climbing. The law of rhythm guarantees that we will feel ups and downs, ins and outs. But as we learn to live by the laws of mindset, we can know that our lows are just an absence of a high. And this is what motivates us to keep climbing. Back to you, Kurt.
Okay, that was awesome. I want to go back to this slide. I want to hear you say it again, if you can.
Okay.
That these became stair steps. I just thought that was so profound.
So
could you repeat that?
When you focus on the positive and draw that into your life, we're going to get comfortable and level out, but eventually become dissatisfied with the plateau, and what was once wonderful has now become every day. And you may feel low, not because you are low, because it's time to move upward again. This is the law of rhythm in action. Rotate the horizontal arrow 45 degrees, and the ups and downs on a horizontal plane, okay, become a stairway forward and upward.
Awesome. Love your insights and your positivity, Kay. That is fantastic. And if you want to add anything to jump in here, please feel free. It's been so inspiring listening to Kay help us. And I think you might be on mute if you were trying to say something, man.
Yeah, she is muted.
There we go. I was on double mute because I sneeze. Yeah, you know what? There are a lot of people watching who are not committed to coming to our workshop. And I think they may not understand the value of it. From what you just taught, Kay, you had this foundation for, like, this didn't happen yesterday. You've had a really strong mindset foundation for a very long time. You were in my previous training company and you took off, true to Kay Curtis style, like a rocket, you know? And before you knew it, I was featuring you on my blog because you just got into rapid action. The same held true. You came into Shop Your Way to Wealth. It was the end of June. And we had an event, I think it was September. Yeah. And you got in your car and drove all the way from Maryland, scanning all the way, scanning back, and you had no hesitation. Now, part of it is you already knew me. So we had a great bond and connection. You knew that my training created results. So there was a huge trust. Most of our new people, they don't know me the way you knew me, right? When you came in, you'd known me for a few years. But I'd like you to really speak into the hearts of people for the value of, yes, they've got the training, because we've got, Kay, about 600, 700 new Shop Your Way to Wealth members since May 1st. May 1st.
That's
and
awesome.
A very teeny amount that are committed to coming to the workshop. Why should they come to the workshop? What's going to make it worth their while? And especially, Kay, we know Q4 is coming up, but I want, because you are the student and now you are the master trainer, you're a certified trainer. So why would you like even drive thousands of miles to get to that workshop?
There are two reasons. One, because I'm the kind of person, I want to know everything. And I'm not comfortable just stagnating. I'm also not afraid to move. And I don't feel like I have to know everything before I try it. I actually learn better by implementing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I'm going to make mistakes, but I'm also going to accelerate my learning curve. I took advantage of coaching before I came to Minnesota, and that was phenomenal with Marcia. That got me propelled. I participated in our first race to Minnesota, and I set a goal to get to $10,000 in sales. I think I did 8,000 alone in August, and I think by September at the event, I was at 15. I took the Shop Your Way to Wealth workshop, and that was also when we introduced book flipping. You guys have no idea what I paid to get what you're getting for peanuts compared to what I paid. But anyway,
very true.
Anyway, it was all worth it because by implementing, I recovered what I did. So I paid for coaching with Marcia, in first part of August, and I did $8,000 in sales because implementing beyond the training, which, I did the training. I did what the Shop Your Way to Wealth training on my own for 6 weeks. And then I got coaching and I jumped to an $8,000 month and broke my goal of $15,000. And the same thing happened when I got book flipping. I immediately signed up for coaching because I saw the value of it in my business. And every time I've invested in myself for education, training, or coaching, if I implement what I am told, I always recover that investment very quickly. And I even upgraded to the top level in September because I wanted to be able to move when I was ready. I wanted to be able to start wholesaling. And by doing that, I met Sarah, my partner, and the networking that you get at live events. The Facebook groups are great. They give a lot of support, but they don't hold a candle to the networking that happens at a live event. Yeah. I met my partner, Sarah. We got in the same accountability group, which is a mastermind group at the highest level. And within 2 or 3 weeks, we started doing JV projects together. And we've done so many of them that after 3 years, we've actually officially merged our business this year.
Congratulations. Hey, so Coach Kurt, we have a lot of people who are watching right now who do not have a ticket yet. We need to get people to the event. There is the link, ebsliveevents.com. Plus, we want to offer to you, listen to me really carefully, to get into a one-on-one coaching session with Sharon Irwin, our business advisor, to get the details. ecommercebusinessschool.com/advisor. I have a link posted below. Lisa, if you're listening, it didn't look like it was a clickable link. I don't know if I did something wrong there, but can I get everybody just committing to getting into that coaching session with Sharon? If you do not have a ticket, go ahead and click that link. I have it in a comment. We can add it in here, but get into that so you can learn from Sharon how valuable this is. I'm going to be at Trifecta. Sharon's going to be there. Brian, Danita, we're flying in from Italy. So what I heard from you, Kay, just to confirm, is that you always earned back your investment in for which you paid twice as much for the workshop. And you didn't get coaching with that. You paid $2,000 for the one-day workshop, Shop Your Way to Wealth.
And I paid $2,000 for book flipping. and I paid $200 an hour for coaching. And I got 3 sessions with each one. So I paid $600 for coaching, and then I paid over $5,000 for EM. I don't know. I think I might have gotten a discounted rate too, because I had done, but I still paid, I think, over $5,000 for EMP.
So you paid double the cost of what it costs for folks right now. So yeah, you made all your money back. And I've heard you say in the past, in 2 weeks time, you make your money back.
Yeah, the bigger one, like EMP, probably took me about a month. But by the end of the year, so I started in June, and in December, I had broken over $50,000 in gross sales.
Boom. You know, and Sharon Irwin, she came to a workshop for which she was able to quit her job at a law firm by showing up at a workshop. So ladies and gentlemen, when you want to see you in July and you want to secure your ticket, so ebstickets.com or set up a consultation with Sharon, ecommercebusinessschool.com/advisor, advisor.
And we're also enticing people with a giveaway.
Oh, Kay,
I know. It was hard to even watch this.
Same with me. This is a $50,000 value of what EMP provides people, literally. Okay, that's ultimate business lifestyle. But
right.
Yeah, you go ahead, Coach Kurt. It is getting a little ridiculous for the value people receive here.
We're going to give away, first of all, 2 different tickets to the Ultimate Business Lifestyle. Most people that go there are the higher level mentorship students, like Kay started out with the e-commerce masters program. We're going to give one away over the 4th of July weekend or holiday season there. And then we're going to give another one away at Trifecta. You have to be committed to go to Trifecta in July to earn this giveaway. Obviously the 4th of July, because it hasn't happened yet, or be present in Minnesota in July to get the other one. And here's the bigger news. This one.
Wow.
We're going to pick a name out of a hat for anybody that's actually there in Minnesota. And again, if you're already an EMP, sorry, you don't qualify. For anybody that is in July in Minnesota, we're going to pick a name, and you are going to get a complimentary membership to the e-commerce masters program.
I'd go just for that.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. And Kay knows, because she is in the EMP program, and that's where you got your certification as well.
Yep.
Yeah, mind blowing.
It is mind blowing. But what's going to happen there is just so exciting. And you've already said it, it's hard to explain what a live event will do for you. So we're pulling out all the stops in every way to earn your trust, to help you get motivated to be in one of the seats in Minnesota in July, so that not only is the value there, but you also might be one of the lucky winners. So anyway, Kay, thank you. Really appreciate you and the value you bring to the community. We are racing to Minnesota, and even if you can't be there live, continue with the race to Minnesota, engage, make this commitment happen. And, we're here for you all along the way. Any last words, Ann?
Big congratulations to Candida. Boom, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
There's a go-getter for you. So big congratulations to Candida. We love you. We're so proud and happy for you. Everybody else listening and watching, you're new, wondering, does this really work? Oh, yes, it really, really works. So join us.
There's a caveat. It does work if you work it. You got to get off your butt and get out there and move.
All right. Love it. Thank you, everybody. That's it. Make it a great day.
Thank you, Kay.
See you in Minnesota.
Everyone. See you in Minnesota.